Okay, so this is our summary of our RV trip 2020 in a Canadream 24-foot
Yeah.
RV. So some of the points on your end, you want to start first on?
Yeah. Overall, it was great. Like Felix mentioned, it was a bit small for our kids. In the morning was a bit troublesome, but I think the 26 footer is the one that you were mentioning. That would be a great size with two kids. I think you have plenty of space. The only issue is like the holding tank, and for water and for your waste. If you're not at a trailer park or a provincial park, I felt that I was always watching that, so that kind of keeps you a bit. But otherwise,
So the fresh water and the gray water, black water, basically for a family of four, you get about 4 showers. So if all 4 of us showered, it would fill the tank. But if you don't shower, it would last a lot longer.
Yeah.
But one thing we did find was that washing dishes uses a lot of water if you wash like you do in a city where you just run the tap. So you do have to make some changes. And I feel like if you shower too, you turn the faucet off, which I don't think our kids did either. So that made a big difference. But it was, I mean, the hookup and the dumping is actually not that bad. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. The driving is different, but if you've driven a rental truck like a cargo van, SUV, what's it called, cube van, you'll probably be okay. It does get a little bit with the wind. It does kind of move around a little bit. But it's not bad. I mean, you can't move too fast on these things. They go about 100, 110, and that's probably the most you'd want to go for. But the driving was fine. Fuel economy, I think, was about 26 liters per 100 kilometers. So, 2 or 3 times, depending on what car you normally drive. But it's a house on wheels, so I think it's
very convenient. When we were driving, we had to stop we wanted coffee. We just made our own coffee.
no, it's great.
The only recommendation I would give is that when you're packing for an RV trip, don't pack in big bags or big boxes. Try to minimize, because then if you're, like in our case, we had to get on the road pretty quickly. You can just shove it in those compartments that Felix was showing. Otherwise, when you have big, bulky items, you don't have space to put that unless you go and use the under cabinets. What do you call it? Under the storage, which there was plenty of storage in that. So you can put a lot of it, but just be mindful of what items you want in your cabin as opposed to into storage.
Yeah. Other than that, you do need special toilet paper, RV toilet paper. So that's something that I think we did research and found out beforehand, but that was helpful. The hot water's super hot, so that was good. But like I said, just the washroom, the water runs out relatively quickly if you start taking showers on a regular basis. Other than that, the cooking was great. The fridge was great. Refrigerator, everything else, I think was good. And I mean, I would totally do it again. Just maybe get a slightly bigger one. Yeah. I think for a family of 4. I think this is good for 2.
Yeah, for
it's
2,
good.
I think is great. It's perfect size.
Yeah.
But for our first trip, can't complain. I think it was awesome. So we hope to continue doing more trips, right?
Till our next one.
Yes.